Last year, I bought a motorcycle, and I've pretty much been riding it ever since, but mainly been hitting the twisty mountain roads or the lone desert highways, but I never ventured too far from home. Well, this time I decided to change things up, and dip my toes into a little bit of motorcycle touring by going further than I've ever gone before on my motorcycle. How's it going, everyone? It's been a while, but I'm doing something I haven't done before for the first time, and since summer is coming sort of to an end here soon, I decided to do my first ever motorcycle ride that's overnight. My bike right behind me there, and I'm joined by my friend Mitch and his awesome Triumph Scrambler, which is good here. And we are in Utah County right now, and we're planning on riding down to southernish central Utah, down to TORREY near Capitol Reef National Park. So pretty short little ride, and then coming back up the next day. So we'll see how it goes. Our journey officially began in Utah County. Mitch and I, we met up, we filled up our bikes, got on US 89, and headed south, towards the town of TORREY, right outside of Capitol Reef National Park, about 3.5 to 4 hours away. And this was a part of Utah that I've never really been to before. You know, I've just always taken I-15 anytime I'm driving south, so this was going to be something new and exciting. And kind of what I expected. It was just mainly farmland, nestled in valleys between rolling mountains out in the distance. And that was okay, because it was still a wonderful road to ride and beautiful scenery to see. Our first stop was the town of EPHRAIM, where we stopped to fill up our bikes and also ourselves, and then continued on with our journey. And the rest of the journey was pretty much very similar. We saw some mountains and hills here and there. We saw an eagle eating a deer on the side of the road, which was really cool. And then we got closer to TORREY, and that's when the landscape changed very dramatically. Alright, so we made it to TORREY, Utah. We got to our hotel, and after spending a few minutes trying to find a place to eat, we decided to eat at said hotel because everything else is mostly closed, and this seemed like the best option, so we stopped here. Now we're gonna grab some food. We grabbed some food, and now it's time to head down and check out Capitol Reef National Park. And none of us have ever been here, so I'm excited to see it, and the sun's starting to go down, so I think it's gonna look really beautiful. Yeah. Alright, go ahead. I mean, I would think, but I see some water there already. They probably don't want people like going there and then getting stuck. Yeah. Next time. That's a shame though, because that would have been fun to ride. So this place so far is absolutely beautiful, and we're here towards the end of the day, and there's not that many people, which I'm surprised because it's Labor Day weekend, so I expected it to be a lot more. But we stopped to get some photos of this little parking area, and it is deathly quiet, other than the car that's coming up now. But about 5 minutes ago there was not a single sound. It was just dead silent. It's not even like a bug, a bird, nothing. So far this place is beautiful. So right now our next stop is going back to the hotel. Basically it is getting later, the sun is coming down, and we don't really want to ride when it's super dark, right? No. Yeah. So we're gonna start heading back to the hotel slowly, you know, still enjoy the sights and get there before it gets super late. After a refreshing night of sleep and grabbing some much needed breakfast and coffee, it was time to begin our second and much more eventful day of riding. Good morning, everyone. It is day 2 of our trip and the final day, but we're still in Torrey and just getting ready to head out. We're actually taking this road right behind us, and it's State Route 12, I believe, and it goes down to BRYCE Canyon National Park. So we're going to swing down there and then loop back north and head home from there. So it's going to be the longest ride either one of us has done in a single day. So I'm excited to see how I can handle it, because I'm not sure if I can do that much riding in a day. But since I'm heading back home after this, I feel like it's going to be okay. I'll be fine. We headed out of Torrey and shortly found ourselves in DIXIE National Forest, riding on these beautiful 2-lane twisty roads high up into the mountains, surrounded by pine trees on all sides, and also some pullovers with some beautiful views. We rode through that for maybe about an hour before we started descending into a valley, and that's when the landscape started changing very dramatically. It went from being this forest area to once again a farm valley, and then to that sandstone that southern Utah is famous for. And as we rode on by, we encountered probably one of the most beautiful and coolest roads either of us have ever been on. It was called the HOGBACK. We didn't even realize it, but we were actually in Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. And I've always wanted to visit that area, so I was like, hey, well, this is perfect. So we encountered this road. It was called the HOGBACK, and the road was basically following a ridge with cliffs on both sides and some incredible views. I have never been on a road like that before, neither on my motorcycle or in my car, so this was something truly stunning and incredible to see. Okay, so we're still riding through Gran Escalante National Monument, and stopped at this cute little coffee shop just off the road here. We saw it on the side of the road. This is where we came up from, back there. I don't know if you can see that. But so yeah, we came up the road down there and just saw this sitting on the ridge and decided that would be a nice little spot to stop and grab some coffee, get a cold drink, and take a small little break. And so this is worth it. The coolest little coffee shop I've been to in a while. So we grabbed some much needed refreshing coffee on this hot summer day and continued on towards Bryce Canyon National Park. Okay, cool. Motorcycles. Now we turn around. We made our little detour to Bryce Canyon National Park, and this place is absolutely amazing. And it's a big deal for me because now I've hit all 5 national parks in Utah. So I think a view like this, there we go. A view like this is the perfect way to visit the last national park I needed. So now we're just gonna walk around a little bit and then start heading back home here soon because I don't want to get there too late. After stopping at Bryce Canyon National Park, we got ourselves some food, filled up our bikes, and prepared for the long journey back home. After a total of about 750 miles of riding, I finally made it back home. I was exhausted, I was ready for bed, but I was very happy that I finally did an overnight motorcycle ride, something I've never done before, and I feel like I've learned so much, and I will definitely be doing more in the future, maybe ones that are even further and longer. We'll see, time will tell. But for now, that was the ride, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much, and have safe travels.